So in this episode here we will change the oil and the oil filter on this Royal Enfield 350 Classic. And to do that I found one of these here. That's some my wife works at the hospital and stuff they throw out, and that fits in under here to collect the oil. This is also reused from the hospital, but it measures up to a liter here because we need to put oil in the right amount here. And the oil we are using is 15W50. I bought that at Walmart here in the United States. Very cheap, I think $6 per 1 liter. And then a little funnel to fill in oil again. And then we need an oil filter. And the oil filter here I ordered over the internet. It's this little thing here. And you can see it's spring loaded. So when we take the cap off to take the filter off, we need to be aware that it's spring loaded. So this is one I bought over the internet here from the United States, but at the same time I ordered as a package of 10 of them directly from India, and that was way cheaper. So for all future oil changes I will have a whole bunch of these oil filters. There are also O-rings for all the caps that we take off. This is the first oil change, so I think we can reuse all the ones we have. I would guess these last two maybe 3 oil changes, then you need new gaskets on and seals. But I'll just keep them so that I have them for when I need them. I don't think they will be needed in this first oil change because they are fairly new, the ones we have. So to drain the oil, we will have to look underneath the engine here, and you can see this little cap here with 2 screws. These are the ones we need to loosen, and this comes down and the oil drains out. So let's do that. And again we are working in metrics here, so these are 8mm, these screws here for the oil plug. And just loosen them and not take them completely off. We can just kind of unscrew them a bit here, I think, and let the oil start draining. Okay. Screwdriver. So, let it come down. Here we go. And there comes the oil. Oh yeah, that looks a bit dirty, that oil there, but that's good. We're changing it. And here on the other side sits a plug here. That's a filler cap. Let's just take that off because that gives air in and the oil will run out easier. We can put that up here. And this here is the oil filter cap. And we just need a hex that fits here. And again, this is metric. I don't know if that's the one here. No, that's too small. So we need a bigger. So it could be this one. Next size up. Yeah, that's the one. But before loosening these, I'll just put a piece of cloth here. And the engine is kind of lukewarm from being started after I did the valve adjustment. That ensures that everything is mixed around and that the oil will run out easily. It's heated up a bit. And now I have to apply pressure here on the cap while loosening these screws because yeah, now it starts running. Oh, that runs too fast, so we need to let it drain a bit more before we do this. We just let it sit for a little while to drain the oil. Okay, we let it run a little more, so let's see. Let me try to loosen this cap here. It runs down the engine, but that's okay. I have the tray, spill tray on this. It can run all at once. It's okay. So the oil change here is fairly easy. It's basically draining the oil, remove the oil filter cap here, and the oil filter, and then get a new one in. And I'll just pay attention to the rear side if there are any markings. Yeah, there's a marking there, and it went this way out, so I'll just remember that. A dot there in the bottom and a line there. Okay, this is fairly dirty, this filter. I can't believe it. That's good to get changed. And while this is running out, let's just take the time and clean this here really thorough, because we don't want any dirty particles or anything go back into the engine compartment. So we might as well clean it really thoroughly. That's good. And we can also just wipe it in here. That's good and clean. See, I talked about the seal, the O-rings here, and you can see this one here is brand new. It's a new motorcycle, so this O-ring is good as new. There's no reason to change it. I just reuse that. But we have spares, so in the future, if needed, I can change these. So I will now grab the new oil filter. Yeah. And we will notice it had that line there. So I guess this is how it sits. I think that's how it sits. And then this one back on. Will I go? Yep, it will. So that's perfect. Let's start screwing these in. This is correct. And we'll just take the screws here partially, not all the way in. So that we kind of get it in evenly. And just like that, we have the oil filter in. Okay, that was it. And do some good cleaning here, because all this oil that has been running down here, if we don't get that off, it will smell. You'll definitely smell that. Just get it well cleaned up. I have have some more racks inside. We'll clean it some more. And let me just take this cover completely off now, because I would like to wipe it clean simply, and also check that the gasket, the O-ring there, is good before we put it on again. I am surprised how dirty this oil is after the break-in period. You can really see that it needs it. 300 miles is when you need it to do the first service here and oil change and adjust the valves as well. So here is that filter unit, or the cap. And I just cleaned that off as well, but look, the seal here is perfectly good. We can reuse that. So let's try to take the oil out here. Put something underneath. Can drip on. Okay. But let's just take a look at this. Look at this oil here. That's dirty. So that's after the break-in of the engine. So if you are in doubt whether this is necessary, yeah, it is necessary to change after 300 miles. Absolutely. And in here we have like a filter sitting we need out as well, because we need to check that and clean it. And again, let's just take a look at that. Can you see all the particles sitting there? Small metal particles sitting in this filter. I will go to my workshop and blow it out with my compressor. I won't record that, but I'll just simply blow it clean out there. Okay, I have let it sit here and drain out for quite a while now. So I think it's time to close it up and get the filters back up in it again. So here comes the drain filter. And our little cap here we need to screw up into these holes here. I have let it sit for about 20 minutes to drain out. So now there's only a few drops left. Oh, nice thing about this motorcycle is that it came with a center stand. And man, is that worth gold when you have to service it. And to know how much oil goes into the engine, we just open this little compartment, and here we have the owner's manual. And then let's look up oil here. Must be something about that. Lubricants, 25. So let's see if they have something around there about the oil. Yep, and here we have it. So, grade 1550, that's what we have. Semi-synthetic. And for refill, 1.7 liter. Dry fill, 2.2. We're doing refill, so about 1.7 liter. That's what we need, 1.7 liter. See, I bought these here. It's a quart, a US quart. That's 946 milliliter. 946, that's roughly 1 liter. Only 50 milliliters left. So one whole of these here goes in for sure. But let's pour it up in this here. And let's check it, that it's correct what it says. And we can see there, that's a liter, that's 1,000 milliliters. So that is very close to a liter in this. So that can go in. Let's see, I haven't tried to pour oil in this engine before. It's the first time. So I bought a funnel here for just in case. Thought that might be a good idea. Oh yeah, that works. We don't get oil everywhere. I think it was only like 80 cents for that funnel. So it was definitely worth it. Oh, not too fast. Very good. That was the first part. And then we said 1.7 liters. I now measured the rest we need here. I can pour that in too. Oh yeah, I can recommend that funnel here. Get one of these. Man, does it make it easy. Okay, we are there. So we now have the exact right amount of oil, new oil in, and the right kind. Now we just put the oil plug back and the engine is good to go. Okay. Wipe the oil spill. And down here in this side glass right there, we can check. We should have oil to up in the middle approximately. And we do. So we know we have the right oil level now. We can now start up the engine and see how she's liking that with all new oil. That sounds fairly good. So that was the oil change. Very good.